speaking of...
Oh no.
It begins.
I'm lost for words about how good this thing is.
Oh! Oh my God, bro, that is so much better than you said it was gonna be earlier today.
I feel like a king. Hey, Jacob.
Oh, hey, Matt.
I don't even need to ask you what we're driving today.
I mean, it's pretty obvious.
I think it speaks for itself. This is the all-new Hyundai Santa Fe. It's literally all new. In fact, you could hardly tell that this thing is a Santa Fe under the skin. It looks like, I don't know, it looks like a Tank 700 from China.
A Tank 700 plus 500 plus I don't even know.
But we're here to tell you why this thing is not just mind-blowing, it's not just revolutionary, it sets like a whole new benchmark for the segment.
I think pretty much from this point forward, we're going to be comparing cars against this one.
It's insane, guys. So today we're going to take you for a full tour of the all-new Hyundai Santa Fe, tell you everything you need to know. We're going to check out the exterior, the interior, and practicality, of course. Then we're going to launch this thing. We're going to see, is its only hybrid powertrain actually any good?
I think it'll be all right.
It might be, but it might be terrible. It might be shit, and we'll tell you. And of course, we're going to give this thing lots of the sauce around Saucy Corner. Finally ending on should you buy the all-new Hyundai Santa Fe.
I think you probably should.
It's a wild ride, guys. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, Daddy Jacob.
Dude, this thing looks crazy from the front.
Before we get to that, let's just talk about price. So it now starts a lot more expensive, $10,000 more than before, 55 grand for the entry level. However, that was for a base petrol, which you don't get anymore. You don't get the diesel, which is a shame. I really like the diesel. Now it is just the 1.6 litre turbo petrol hybrid system, which we will come back to, but that's the one I would go for anyway, so I don't think it's a loss.
Yeah, I agree actually.
This is the calligraphy though. It's 75 grand before on-road cost. You can also get it as a 6-seater. This is a 7-seater, which is what most people go for. It's all-wheel drive, and actually I think that's pretty good value, and you'll see why when we check out the interior specifically. But Jacob, let's talk about the looks.
Bonkers, man.
Bonkers. So you have this H headlight. You guys are going to see that potentially a bit of a theme.
Yeah, there might be a couple of H's around.
Very cool though, very bright LED lights, and they are also your turning signals, so that's nice. Got a blacked out grille here in the calligraphy, also got a blacked out Hyundai badge there. Got active aero flaps here, and that is to help, of course, with the aerodynamics, make this thing as fuel efficient as possible. And yeah, this thing is actually surprisingly fuel efficient. Down the bottom as well, you get some more mesh with a radar there. You've also got cameras up there. It does have an updated safety system. Hyundai, of course, gunning for the 5-star ANCAP safety rating, though I will say some of the safety systems
A bit annoying.
are really annoying.
Uh-oh. Shut up!
Also, an H here. So, yeah, H's.
Can't forget that one.
A lot of H's. Let's check out the side.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, Daddy Jacob, coming to the side now.
Dude, this looks way bigger than before.
Do you remember the stats?
Yeah, it was like 30 mil longer, 10 mil narrower, and 35 higher.
Lower.
God damn it.
Almost there. It does look like it's been slammed down a little bit, and I love it in this matte bronze paint.
It is so cool in this color.
It is really cool, but I never really recommend getting matte paint only because it's hard to wash or repair. But anyway, it does look really good in this instance. You got these 20-inch matte black wheels here. They're wrapped in Kumo Extra. Here you have a camera. It's got a 360 camera, and it's a really good 360 camera, actually.
Yeah, powered by NVIDIA.
Yeah, not quite as good as Chinese cars, but hey, you know what? Korea, you're getting there. Door handles here, keyless entry and go. You've also got roof rails up here, very tinted privacy glass. You've also got like this area here, and that does something, Jacob, but I forgot it.
Honestly, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's like an accessory thing. You can take it out or use it as like a step, or I don't know. Interesting anyway. Big boxy shape here, and yes, there is a lot of cuts and creases into the body. It looks very aggressive, and it pretty much ends straight there. And so this has been quite controversial, the way that it looks. I love it from the front. I actually really like it from the back. Jacob, what do you think?
Honestly, man, the first picture you sent when you picked up this car was of the back, and my first response was, that is a go.
Yeah, it is interesting. I actually really like it, but not everyone does. So they're really low down here, and they come across here, and then you'll see another H there. So it's going for that retro futury vibe. I don't know how else you would describe it, but it looks kind of like 90s, but from 2030.
Yeah, I find the back super weird, man.
I just love it. So one giant tailgate. You'll see that when we open in a second. Santa Fe badge, blacked out, Hyundai badge there too. We've also got a camera there, and that camera is not your reverse camera. That is for your camera on the inside, so you can have a clear vision out the back.
Yeah, your reverse camera's down there, bro.
Oh, right there. Little reverse camera. Obviously, you got your hybrid badge here because that's, again, the only powertrain that comes in Australia, but come back to that again. And then down the bottom, you have a nice little diffuser. Jacob, should we talk about what you can put inside of its bum?
Oh, quite a bit, apparently.
So, this tailgate actually opens up bigger than before.
Really?
It doesn't really feel like it because I'm only 5'11", and I feel like I just clear it, you know?
But you know what, that's more than you can say for some other SUVs.
That is true. So in terms of boot space, in fact, in terms of packaging overall, even though it's dimensionally not actually that much narrower than before, it actually gets so much more space. So I don't know the literage of this, but this is pretty good. You can fit a couple of bags behind there, like day packs, things like that. You don't really have much underfloor storage, especially here in the all-wheel drive. In fact, there's really nothing at all, but you can drop the third row really easily. You pull a couple of tabs, they fold down. So once you drop the second row, you get 721 litres of boot space, which is like 91 litres better than before.
I mean, that's actually decent. It's like 10% more than before.
It's a solid improvement. And to drop the second row, at least here in the calligraphy, you press a couple of buttons. Oh, good night. Those seats, they just fold so quickly.
Bro, a lot more quick than the Tiggo 9 we filmed recently.
Yes, and then you just get a boatload of room in there.
It's more than you could probably ever need.
It's like a ute.
Like if you're moving house, you fill it up. Yeah. This is your house.
This is your house. Also 12-volt socket here as well. Didn't mention that. Jacob, let's talk about the interior.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, Daddy Jacob.
What do you reckon?
I feel like a king.
Dude, honestly, it is so fucking different from the last generation.
What the flip, Hyundai? $5,000 more or $5,500 more? Say $5,500 more, okay? Unreal.
This place, it's like a Genesis, actually.
Seriously, in fact, in a lot of ways, it rivals its way more expensive products. So, first of all, soft touch materials absolutely everywhere. Obviously, again, we have the calligraphy. What a nice name.
I like it, actually.
Yeah.
Very elegant.
It means you get things like a suede headliner. Feels so good. You also get these amazing leather seats. Actually, they could be Napa leather. I don't know. But whatever they are, they're amazing with a little calligraphy badge. They're also adjustable in so many ways. You can literally have a nap in these seats if you want to.
Even
I'm not
while
joking.
driving.
I'm not joking. You can get this seat up really quite high. You can adjust it any way you want, and that's something that I love. More customization, the better, I think. Amazing seats. They're also heated and cooled, I should mention. There's so much to talk about. It's like, I feel like I'm worried already.
It's a bit overwhelming.
Yeah, that I'm gonna miss it all. So first of all, this leather steering wheel, it just feels so good. Like I said, I lived with one of these, well, the previous generation for a while, and this is like 1,000 times better. Got that cool dual spoke design. I'd be lying if I said it didn't look very Range Rover-y.
Yeah, it's got some similarities. I can see them.
If we're being totally honest, we know that car companies, they benchmark other cars, and quite clearly it's taken some inspiration. But yeah, the tan and black combo look amazing. You got wood grain here on the dash and here on the doors. Obviously you get that in the higher trims, but amazing to have. In terms of technology, it's leapfrogged the previous generation. So you get these dual 12.3-inch displays. They're on a curved panel as well. The infotainment display is something like 19 times faster than before.
It feels so good.
NVIDIA graphics behind it, Jacob.
Holy crap.
Isn't that fun?
How'd they manage that?
Yeah, if you like gaming, you'll know exactly what that means. It's got wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Finally, what the f*** took
Dude,
you
it
so
only
long?
took them like 3 years.
No, it took them like a decade. Absolutely crazy. But anyway, it's got it now, so that's great. Up in front of you, you get a digital instrument cluster. It's honestly not the most customizable, and they're going for that minimalist look. It hasn't really changed in its, I would say, utility for many years. It shows you the same information, but it's all you need.
I honestly don't even mind. Like, I feel like sometimes those BMW models and, Mercedes, they go a bit overboard.
Yeah, this is just really basic, easy. You've got a heads-up display, again, here in the calligraphy. Other tech. There's a lot more, guys. There's a lot more. So you get these new air conditioning controls here. It is a touch display, which can be a little bit finicky when you're driving, but you get used to it pretty quickly. You've also got a dual stage heated steering wheel, by the way, with very cool animations.
Yeah, I think the attention to detail is really fantastic in this car.
100%. They obviously love H's at Hyundai because everything is shaped in an H, like literally everything, down to the ambient lighting. It's like a lower H, but it's still an H. The air vents, they're an H. There's a lot of H's.
Honestly, the ambient lighting's really bright, and it's like weirdly well integrated into the metal.
Yeah, weirdly well integrated. And by the way, there is real metal. For example, these door handles, that is real metal. You've also got seat memory. Didn't mention that. Again, I'm gonna struggle to remember absolutely everything. In terms of storage, they have done an amazing job packaging this. Like, it's honestly one of the best packaged SUVs I've ever been into. So first of all, you got a pretty gimmicky thing here. So this split glove box that opens up at the top, that's actually a UV tray. I say it's gimmicky because the evidence on how effective they are in real world is mixed.
It's a bit iffy.
But apparently it destroys 99 99.9% of bacteria and germs or something like that.
For now, let's just say it's another glove box.
It's another glove box. You press a button here, it says UVC, and it lasts for 10 minutes. Anyway, here's another storage area. Your glove box is weirdly, doesn't have much dampening to it, but there is plenty of space in there. You've got a huge storage area here with parametric pixels.
So we love them.
We love them with a 12-volt socky wocky. Speaking of charging, you're going to have a lot of ways to charge your devices. So you've got 2 USB-C ports here. You've also got 2 Qi wireless chargers. They're fast chargers, and they work amazingly, like instant.
I'm loving it. I'm loving the wireless CarPlay and the wireless chargers.
A couple of cup holders here. Oh, this center armrest is so nice and soft. And yes, you can open it one way and the other.
So you can have your cake and eat it too.
And there's a lot of space in there. And then you can rip out the center and you can get even more space.
Jesus.
It's-
You almost got your bloody arm stuck in there earlier.
I did. I had to take off my watch, but we didn't include that in the bare roll because I'm embarrassed. Your door bin is also relatively largely sized. You've also got this screen up here. Yes, it's a screen, so it can be a normal mirror or you whack it and now you've got a digital camera out the back. You've also got these dual pane sunroofs here too. I think that's pretty much everything.
Bro, this thing is teched out. It's got bloody tech out the wazoo.
It really does. And again, like 75 grand, don't get me wrong, that's a lot of money, but this feels like every bit its price tag.
This is 100% setting a new benchmark in the premium SUV segment. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Let's check out the back seats. Alrighty. Daddy Jacob.
Bro, I don't think I've ever seen you have that much bloody leg room.
Oh, it is so much room. But before we talk about the back, guys, we need to tell you about carsauce.com/buy. We will get you the absolute best deal on your next car. We have over 2,000 dealers that we work with. We literally make them fight together to get cars at the absolute best price for you at no cost to you and cars that are actually in stock. So if you want to buy a new Hyundai Santa Fe or any other car and you want the best buying journey you have ever had, I guarantee it, head to carsauce.com/buy. Let us help you out.
We'll make your lives easier.
Let's talk about the back though, Jacob.
Let's do it.
So like you said, I'm 5'11". I've got so much leg room, so much headroom. Tone is amazing as well. So on the inside, this car is bigger than the previous generation. You've got a couple of carry hooks here and another H. Just
You can see a bit of a theme happening here.
can't escape. Let's just say if you're H-phobic, you're not gonna like it. You've got a USB-C port here as well for fast charging. Again, this is all nice and soft, so quality doesn't take a hit. Wood here too. Check this out. Bye, bitch. The sun can't see you anymore. Your air vents here, Jacob, guess what?
What?
They're an H.
I wouldn't have guessed.
You won't forget. Pull this, you have a drawer here. Apparently in some other markets that can be heated and cooled, just like in the upcoming Kia EV5. Oh, press the button here and I can get into the back and steal all the treats or whatever you got in there. Map pockets there too. These seats, just give me a second.
That was actually a little bit wet.
Yeah, it was a wet kiss. Pull that down, you got a nice soft center armrest with 3 cup holders, Jacob, because one's for like a little energy drink. And of course, you can do things like this. Is the whole car sliding? You can also recline a lot. So people in the back are gonna be really comfy, and that's pretty much across the range. So whether you get these beautiful leather seats or not, doesn't really matter. By the way, you get 2 more cup holders in the door and another one in the door bin. So in the back alone, 6, you get 8 cup holders.
Yeah, you know what? I do find it a little bit weird though that you don't get a fan controller in the back.
Yeah, in fact, let's talk about that. So another amazing thing is the back seats, I mean the third row. It's so easy to get back in there, you press a button, the seats just push forward. At 5'11", again, I've got enough legroom, which often I can't say at this price point, or at least this class anyway. The tow room is okay, and headroom is amazing, thanks to the Defendery, boxy shape of the car. The third row are also beautiful leather seats too, and also because of the boxy style, you get massive windows, so you're not gonna get car sick in the third row either, or at least a lot less likely.
That is actually pretty cool.
That's huge. You also get good amenities back there. A couple of cup holders. You also get USB-C ports in the third row. But the weird thing that blows my mind is there's no controller here. If you want to control the second row onwards, you do it from the third row.
That is really weird.
I guess the thinking was, well, you can control it from the front, so you don't need to do it from the middle, but a lot more people are going to be sitting in the middle than the third row. So that's just confusing me.
Yeah.
Silly design, I think, actually, if I'm being totally honest.
But that's the only area that this is silly in. I think in every other area, it's so smartly packaged.
100%, and it's so nice. I can almost say no bad thing about this interior. Jacob, it's time to launch it.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, Daddy Jacob.
It's launch time, baby.
As we creep up in EV mode.
Literally creep.
Do you hear VES?
What's that?
Vehicle Engine Sound System.
Oh, I love that sound. It sounds angelic.
Sounds ethereal. All right, now we're gonna launch it. We're gonna put the car into sport mode, and you're gonna fist me.
Let's do this. I've got high hopes for this car.
It's gonna be a quiet launch.
Yeah, it will be. Ooh, engine activates.
You can really feel them just like
kick on together, the electric motor and the engine. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh!
Oh my God, bro. That is so much better than you said it was going to be earlier today.
When we were driving here, I said it was going to be 9.8 seconds.
And what did I say it was going to be?
You said it was going to be like this.
8.6.
This is 8.6 on the dot.
Holy moly.
Daddy Jacob wins a paycheck for the week.
But no one else saw that I said that, so only you saw it.
That's true. All right, let's drive this thing normally.
Let's do it.
All righty, Daddy Jacob.
Not gonna lie, this is not a sports car, but this is one of the most excited I've been for driving a Hyundai. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's put the car. Speaking of,
Oh no.
it begins.
Turn it off,
All right,
bro.
Before I turn it off, let me get to 81 kilometers an hour or so. And
No, don't do it. Don't go to 81.
oh, it's flashing.
Oh no, that means it's gonna start yelling.
Oh. Shut up! So you press a button here. Let me take my eyes off the road.
Exactly.
Do you mind? Excuse me.
Wait, do you want me to do it? Or?
Speed limit. Oh, what do I do? What do I do?
Wait.
What do I do?
You're going off the road.
Speed limit information. Let's keep that on. No. This is safe. This is safe.
No, I can drive for you. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Just keep your foot on the pedal.
And
You're
then
slowing down
forward.
too much.
Let me floor it. Forward attention warning is off now. Okay, great. Well done, Hyundai. You've made a really safe system.
You know, it's not their fault. It's not their fault. But let's not harp on about it. All right?
All right, back to the car. Let's put the car into sport mode. Oh, look at the gauges shift.
Bro, it looks like a bloody
Steering
i30N.
becomes pretty heavy. Put our foot down. Oh.
Oh, a bit of turbo lag there, I think. Oh, my God.
Whoa. This is one of...
Okay.
Oh, this is one of the best driving 7-seat family SUVs out there. So,
Wow.
we have one engine choice in Australia, and we get it before America.
Hell yeah, bro. Australia.
Australia. It's a 1.6 litre
Turbo hybrid.
hybrid, Jacob.
Ooh.
Now, you might be thinking, Matt, I saw that before. I saw that last year. In fact, I saw that last generation. You're wrong. It is the same engine, but
uptuned.
it's uptuned. Well, the engine's the same, but the motor is bigger, and that has benefits for fuel economy, which we will come back to. But, Jacob, what are the power outputs?
Well, this year, we're putting out 173 kilowatt, which is up just 4, but calm down, all right? It's not that bad. We get an extra 26 newton meters of torque because of that, because it comes from the electric motor, giving us 376 newton meters.
That's relatively substantial. Now,
Yeah.
the V6 is dead, and that is so for the best.
Rip.
And the 2.2 litre diesel is also dead, which is a shame, but diesels are really falling out of favour, and hybrids are really where it's at, it seems. But I'm not honestly mad at all, because it just performs so...
Honestly, man, that extra torque, you really notice it compared to last generation.
Really notice it. And the delivery, right? Even though
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like a huge amount of torque, it's like instant because of the electric motor.
Can I just say, like, I know we're driving kind of, crazy right now. This was the performance section of the testing. It's so comfortable.
It's really comfortable. And when we put
Man.
it back into eco mode, that's my mode, eco mode, it becomes so quiet, so nice. We have a 6-speed automatic transmission that you don't even notice. Right now, you can see the engine's turned off. We are in EV mode, so
Hell
we're
yeah.
just rolling, and it just feels good.
It feels great.
Now, you can get this as an all-wheel drive or a front-wheel drive in the lower grades. We are in the all-wheel drive, and that means that our fuel economy is going to take a hit. So over the lifetime of this car, we're getting about 7.7 litres per 100 kilometres, well off the claim of 5.8, but you were never going to get that. I'm not going to lie. When I had my long-termer with the previous generation, I was getting about the same, and this is 250 kilograms heavier, so that electric motor just does more.
It just works harder.
Should we see how the all-wheel drive system goes?
Yes.
Tickle my little pickle. Here we
Saucy
go.
corner time, baby. Oh, here we go. All 4 wheels. Immediately into action.
So one of the things they've updated as
man.
well is how the all-wheel drive system moves power around to the rear wheels.
Oh, I think it's still giving full power to every wheel.
So the traction no longer just
Whoa.
like kicks in really hard. It kind of just
Whoa.
sends torque to the rear. That's unreal, man.
That literally rotated around that corner.
This car is huge. It shouldn't handle like that.
It's bloody 3-row SUV. What
It's
is going
crazy.
What happened there?
Oh, it's like turned back on the
Oh, the
eye,
camera has been
the eye
obscured.
monitor. Just shut up. Just shut up. Piss off. Other than the safety systems though, man, I can't complain about how this drives.
And you know what? One thing I noticed as well, far less body roll than the last generation.
Far less body roll.
Yeah.
And the last generation was really good. and I know that because I had it. This though, it's just better.
It's like they've kept the comfort of the old, but upgraded the performance and upgraded the handling characteristics. So very impressive.
It's so impressive. The other thing that's impressive, by the way, speaking of safety systems, I'll give it a win here. It's got highway driving assist now, and it will center itself down a highway. In particular, it knows when you're on a highway, and the autonomous driving is insane. It will also change lanes for you.
Just like the EV9.
Wild technology. And you get the blind spot cameras here, which you know I love. You know I love that. Obviously, this is in higher grades too, but even if you go for the base shitter, it's not shit.
But would you really go for the base, given that it's now $10,000 more expensive? I feel like a lot of people are going to be going for the higher grades of this car.
As always, in Australia, they do, but also it's still like significantly cheaper than a Toyota Kluger. So
True.
Yeah.
And much nicer.
Yeah, and that's like across the range. Like spec for spec, this is significantly cheaper.
Yeah. And do you remember how much of a boat that thing was on the road?
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you buy this?
Seriously.
You'd be nuts. All right, let's get into our final thoughts.
Let's do it.
Alrighty guys, final thoughts on the Hyundai Santa Fe. Jacob?
Bro, this thing blew me away with all the tech. And not to mention, it just feels like it has so much more space than before.
It is not just an evolution of before, it is just so different, guys. I'm lost for words about how good this thing is. It looks amazing, it drives amazing, the interior is amazing, and I actually think it's really good value. Yes, it's a little bit more expensive than before, but it is so much better than before, and I can say that because I lived with one for 3 months.
Yeah.
So much better.
Yeah, what have you lived with for 3 months?
Maybe the old one. Let us know in the comment section below, do you like the Hyundai Santa Fe? And if you are going to buy one of these, we can get you the best price without any hassle or negotiation. Check out carsauce.com/buy, totally free for you. It's worth it.
Yeah.